Good morning. Good morning and happy Tuesday to everybody. We are here for our Car Chronicles show. I'm Kim Morrell. This is the Kim Morrell show. Thank you guys for joining. Let's go ahead and get into our show. Good morning to everyone coming in. Yes, I see you, Big Steak. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Let's pop on in our first topic, honey. Y'all know we jump in. I don't do a 10-minute mark. Nothing against the one to do. But I get into the show. Hey, Allison. Hello. Good morning. Hey, everybody. Hey, Brown Eyes. Hey, Angie B. Deborah Johnson. Lady Mocha. Red. Good morning to everybody. All right, we pulling up the first topic. Good morning to everybody coming in, okay? Good morning and good morning. And good morning. Good morning. All right, so shout out to Neighborhood Talk. They say, are you guys here for it? Because Representative Jasmine Crockett announces that she will make a run for the U.S. Senate in Texas. Okay, how about that? Let's go ahead and get into that.
I fight for freedom and justice because the laws we write or fail to write shape the lives of millions. In Congress, I see firsthand how fragile our democracy can be when equity is treated like an inconvenience. Today's battles are not hypothetical. Voting rights are under attack. Reproductive freedom is on the line, and economic justice is still a dream for far too many. So I fight to make sure our communities are protected, not just in spirit, but in policy. My job is to put our values into law, to call out injustice in the rooms where decisions are made, and to ensure that progress is not a privilege, but a guarantee. Thank you.
Yes, all right. So that's what's up. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett. She has announced that, of course, y'all know she currently serves as U.S. representative, but she has now announced that she will be running for Senate. Now, y'all knew that they were trying to take her seat because of this new mapping thing that they have out now. But she was like, I'm going to go ahead and make my announcement while y'all trying to remove me. Let me go ahead and get elevated up out here. So I love that. So she is moving to run for Senate after they're trying to remove her from U.S. representative. So shout out to her. She is very much so qualified for the job. For those of you that can vote, please go and vote for this Black woman on my screen right now because she definitely is needed in that position. All right, moving right along. Now, somebody who was in that position, they got to be going to jail out here now. See, this around here, there's the holidays, it's Christmas. We're about to have New Year, so you can't turn up and go out and get you a nice little drink, a nice little lemon drop or something like that. All right, because you're out here committing crimes. Georgia State Representative was arrested Monday after she was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges related to pandemic unemployment fraud. See? See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? Lord have mercy. Let's get into it. See, I knew when I saw her eyebrows that she was guilty. I knew when I saw the eyebrows, I said, Lord, yes, she's guilty, Lord. When I saw this grandma wig upon her, Lord, all right, I knew right away that she was guilty. But let's go ahead and read on more into it. Sharon Henderson, who represents District 113 in the State House of Representatives, was indicted on 2 counts of theft of government funds and 10 counts of making false statements, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia. See? Look at the Lord. Now, Henderson is expected to appear before U.S. Magistrate Judge Justin Anand on Monday and enter a not guilty plea. Now, court documents state that in 2020, Henderson, while a candidate for the seat, applied for federal pandemic unemployment benefits and claimed Henry County Schools was her employer at the time. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office said that Henderson claimed that she worked for the school district through March of 2020 and the start of COVID-19 pandemic, said that she was a substitute teacher in 2018 for 5 days, girl, 5 whole days. Tony Braxton said 7 days, but she said 5 days. But she had not worked for Henry County Schools since then. Said that the U.S. Attorney's Office said, so she was out here lying and collecting funds when her ass was not supposed to be getting them. Didn't I tell y'all that they are spinning the block on people out here doing some fraudulent stuff as related to this COVID-19 PPP loans and pandemic stuff that they've been sending out? I told y'all. Now they done spent the block on her ass. said that she had pay stubs as evidence of that employment in 2019, and that had her place of employment was closed as a direct result of COVID-19 public health emergency. Now, she then allegedly submitted weekly certifications stating that she was unable to reach her place of employment because of a COVID-19 quarantine, the U.S. Attorney's Office also said. All right, let's continue. Now, just over $17,000 of pandemic unemployment benefits were collected, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay, that goes for anybody else out there. If you out here collecting unemployment benefits or any benefits through the government and you're not supposed to be receiving them, y'all know that they do audits, and that's how they catch people. Okay, the government. All forms of government do it. All right. They do audits, and that's how they catch people who are doing things that you should not be doing. And just because they didn't get you this year don't mean that next year they ain't going to be on your ass. So I would not put myself in a position, because you will be serving a lot of time. This woman here, if she cannot prove that the shit she was doing was in fact that she's not guilty of that, and her ass gonna be looking at a whole lot of jail time. That's it. It is shocking that a public official would allegedly lie to profit from an emergency program designed to help suffering community members, according to attorney Theodore Hetzberg. Now, politicians who violate the public trust and steal from the needy to enrich themselves will be held accountable. I know that's right. Now, Henderson was sworn into office in January of 2021. District 113 covers Western Newton County and parts of Covington. So she's looking at some good little time there for up and stealing. See? Lord have mercy. Black people got to do better. All right. That go for anybody else out here on the fraud. Let me tell you something. Y'all better stop it, because they will get your ass. Okay. They're still getting people for PPP loans. Yeah, they are still getting people for PPP loans. Yes, honey. She said, I was a substitute teacher for 5 days. Now, respect my gangster. All right. She really thought she was doing something on them 5 days. They about to throw your ass in jail, and you ain't gonna have no eyebrows drawn either. All right. Moving right along, Judge Joe Brown, who's not a judge anymore, is still bitter and out here running his mouth as he always does. He's speaking on Megan Thee Stallion. Now, first he was fussing out Judge Mathis and calling Judge Mathis every name in the damn book, even calling his wife Linda names, and he was just talking about everybody. So now Judge Joe Brown says that Megan Thee Stallion should have only been awarded $1 million in defamation case against Milagro Grams, the content creator / blogger that took her to, that Megan took to court for defamation. All right. Judge Joe Brown also says that younger generations are taught to be emotional, and that's not the way the world works. Well, why you emotional? You are more emotional than Carl Thomas, because you stay on the internet talking shit about people, Judge Joe Brown, and you still doing it. Why you got to come for Megan? Why do you even know who Megan Thee Stallion is? Let's just talk about it. Because Judge Joe Brown, you about 167 years old. Do you even know who the hell Megan Thee Stallion is? Do you know a Megan Thee Stallion song? Like, let's get into
amount of damages compared to millions of dollars Miss P, aka Megan Thee Stallion, demanded from Miss Cooper throughout the course of the litigation.
You know, this is one of those cases most probably should have been resolved with $1 in damages. It's this kind of thing now where,
I'm sorry, not 1 million, $1, according to what he said. He said $1. I said 1 million. So $1 in defamation.
are we supposed to protect everybody from all scrutiny directed at the stuff they give? I mean, we have instances where the exact opposite happens, but I think part of this is because the upbringing of the last 2 generations has been deficient. They simply have not been grounded in the real world, and they've been encouraged to be deep into their emotions. So when they get upset, somebody's supposed to pay. But that's not the way the world works.
Amount of damages compared to millions of dollars.
Who the hell going to court to get a damn $1 get a $1 judgment for a defamation case, Judge Joe Brown? The girl put out lies about her, so she should definitely be paid for that, if nothing else. Okay. No wonder you're not a judge no more. No wonder they took your role and your damn gavel You still out here trying to pass down judgments, and ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Megan Thee Stallion deserved every single dime that she got from Milagograms, because she shouldn't have been out here damn lying on her and being paid to do so by somebody else who shouldn't even been having nothing to say about her after he powed her ass, which is why his ass is serving 10 years after his appeal. Damn. I'm so sick of his bald-headed, angry ass. Anywho, moving on. He's not relevant no more. He's trying to stay relevant by doing all these videos, sitting down, doing interviews, talking about people who ain't even thinking about his ass. He need to be on some medication or something. Oh, angry self. Damn, he need a Snicker bar. All right, moving along. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. One of you guys' favorite rappers, not mine. Erica Banks, honey, is reportedly arrested on the Drugiana distribution charges during a traffic stop in DeKalb County. DeKalb County will get your ass. If you on some BS out there, you got some shit in the trunk, baby, they will find you. All right. So yeah, they was out there with the dogs on her ass. So Erica Banks, honey, is behind bars again. That means she was in there before. According to the DeKalb County Jail, she was arrested and charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance with intent to distribute, Brookhaven police says. All right. Find out you out here. So your music ain't selling, you out here pushing weight. That's what it gives. So per Yahoo Entertainment, the rapper was pulled over during a routine traffic stop on Buford Highway. Now, if you recall, she was arrested at an Atlanta airport recently for reportedly trying to take a loaded pow through security. How you thought she was gonna do that? Okay. So Erica might need to head on back there to the H-Town because she cannot stay out of trouble in the Georgia, honey. It don't matter where you go. The crimes that you're committing in Georgia, if you commit them anywhere else, your ass gonna be locked up too. How about just don't commit the crimes? Don't commit the crime. So she is locked up. She ain't doing shit else. I mean, you ain't putting no music out. What's the song she had out? Bust It. Bust It. But ain't nobody thinking about that song no more. Like, it's giving one hit wonder. No one is thinking about that. Just like nobody, never mind. I was about to say something. I'm trying to clean it up a little bit, y'all. But Erica Banks, sit down, y'all. No one is thinking about you. No one. And I mean heavy on the no one. All right, let me see this one little part before we move on. Let me give her a whole 5 minutes of fame because she ain't got shit else going on. Let me help you out, honey. Let me give her a whole 5 minutes of fame. So Erica Banks checks in from the back of a police car after her arrest. Let's get into this video. There's no sound. I'm trying to figure out how you still got your phone back there, girl. How you still got your cell phone in the back seat? Okay. All right, girl, that's it. That's it for your fame on my show. Bye. All right, moving along. Somebody's out here beefing, y'all. And y'all know 50 Cent is involved, right? When you hear the word beef, just know 50 Cent is involved. But somebody's actually after him. Marlon Wayans is out here talking junk about 50 Cent. 50 Cent has responded and clapped back, which you know he was going to. So 50 Cent responds to Marlon Wayans for saying that 50 Cent was kicking Diddy while he's down due to the Netflix documentary. He's pretty much saying 50 Cent told Marlon Wayans, keep my name out your mouth, boy. All right. You know what another man calls another man boy. That's, of course, a direct insult. And he's letting him know it's like a warning, like, nigga, don't make me go and do one on you. All right, because we heard you had like this weird canoodling relationship with your mama out here. Your mama don't want you to get married to no woman because she want to be the number one woman in your life. You don't want Diddy, you don't want 50 Cent going to dig no shit up on y'all. That's why y'all relationships don't work out. You said your mama never liked no woman that you were with. And you came and your mama don't want you to be with nobody because she wants to be the number one woman in your life. That's some possessive weird shit to me, because any mother would want to see her see her son be happy, get married, and have grandchildren, all the things of the things, okay? But hence the reason why their relationships probably don't work out, because they mama's boys, okay? Heavy on the Marlon Wayans, but 50 Cent put this picture up from white girls, white chicks, y'all remember the movie, and told Marlon Wayans, keep my name out your mouth. So let's get into what was said. All right, Marlon Wayans says that he feels 50 Cent is kicking Diddy while he's down due to this Netflix documentary. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk.
We ain't baby on close. But yo, look, Puff.
Nah. You working with Puff
for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying?
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
who's telling the story, right? You can skew
people very close to the situation.
But you can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have.
I could create a narrative.
Well,
I could be
we
like,
see it all the time in reality shows.
No,
Like,
nah,
on
yeah,
reality
that's right.
shows.
Yeah,
That's
you-
how
you're
they
creating
you write
a
a
narrative.
character.
It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure. Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, you know, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well,
between.
people are saying 50's
We ain't been
for doing it, but 50's right for doing it. It's divided.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is gonna.
If 50 ever luck turn up on 50, you know, that you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
Doing it, but 50.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I feel that Diddy definitely should be exposed. There's a lot of shit that he's done over the years he's gotten away with. He definitely has a God complex, like he's untouchable. So yeah, I agree that 50 Cent should have put that fucking documentary out there, and Diddy was wrong, and that's his own fucking karma. Had he paid his videographer, we wouldn't have seen the majority of the footage that was put in the fucking documentary in the first place. So at the end of the day, I feel like people who are sitting back hating on the fact that 50 Cent did this, forget it. I don't give a damn if it was because he had beef against Diddy. It's time for Diddy's ass to be exposed. Too many people's lives have been lost, and the insinuation is that Diddy is behind it. It definitely needs to be exposed. Keefe D is sitting in prison right now with his trial get ready to come up, and it said that Diddy is the one who set that whole situation up. So is it fair for another black man to sit in prison for the rest of his life, possibly, when the person who was also involved walking around free, giving out orders and Diddy bopping on stages? Fuck out of here. I feel that Diddy should have been exposed, and anybody that feels any way about it, who cares? Tomato, potato, but damn totter. That's how I feel. Do a part 2, 50. Go get a part 2 out there and get all the artists that Diddy effed over and get them on part 2. Do a whole series like they did Surviving R. Kelly. Okay? It got up to what, 4 parts? We need a part 2 because I enjoyed part 1. I'm tired of looking at part 1. I started looking at part 1 again. I need a part 2. All the artists that Diddy effed over and did not pay and did wrong and was alleged to have SA and all this other stuff, do a part 2 and put all that shit in there. Expose all of that stuff. Because Diddy's been getting away with shit since the 90s. People's lives have been lost. People have been embarrassed. Manhood been questioned because of this nigga right here. And y'all want to sit here talking about, oh, it's a beef, it's a vendetta. Fuck a vendetta. Put it out there. I'll watch it. Damn sure will. I am promoted right here on my show. What y'all think about it? Moving right along. I'm so sick of people. Oh, that's a vendetta. 50 Cent was wrong. No, he wasn't. He just had the balls to do something nobody else wanted to do. Diddy got people scared of him, and it's the people that's around him that's doing the shit. Diddy ain't out here doing nothing, but he's getting it done. I don't think Diddy's no real gangster. He just keep gangsters around him that's willing to do things for a nice little coin. That's what I think. Allegedly. Okay, but moving right along, somebody else who think they gangster. Okay, now he's out here going after Stephen A. Smith, child, and none other than damn Ray J. Let's get into him. All right, so shout out to the Shade Room. Ray J says that he's shocked that Stephen A. Smith spoke on him and Brandy after Ray J asked the Carters to speak to his sister. Y'all remember last week we talked about Ray J calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z, saying, hey, y'all came to my sister's The Boys Mind tour and y'all walked right by her and didn't even speak. Y'all ain't, y'all was at like Cardi B. When you saw her in them streets, you ain't even damn speak. Y'all saw, I played the video for you guys when Brandy was getting ready to go on stage. Beyonce was walking from the stage area, looked like, and she made a whole beeline to get away from Brandy to where she didn't speak to her. So everybody quickly knew that there was some type of beef and or tension, weird energy between the two of them. Ray J called it out, did a video and all of that. I don't think Brandy wanted you to do all that, Ray J, but he did. So Stephen A. Smith decided to speak up on it, and Ray J has responded. So let's get into it.
Hey, yo, Stephen A. Smith, I'm not going to be long on this. My sister is all I have. She's my only sibling. She's paved the way for me. She's shown me how to do so many things as far as in this industry. She put me in everything she's ever been in. I'm dedicated to her in every way. Win, lose, or draw. I'll take the L, and I'm good with that as long as I'm doing it for the right reasons. What are you talking about, Stephen A? I don't know you. I'm shocked that you're even commenting on this because this isn't your lane. You're speaking on me and my sister, and you say I'm in my feelings. Of course I'm in my feelings because I love my family, but everything was respectful. Everything was respectful, and it was all in good love. What you're doing doesn't make any sense. And now you're being a hypocrite because you're talking about me, about this situation when I don't even know you. You don't have no relation to nobody.
Person don't have to know you to speak on a situation. Keep going.
On this, this whatever this thing is. But how dare you say I'm in my feelings? You're in your feelings, bro. Why are you talking about it? Why are you expressing yourself and saying if I'm in my feelings? Doesn't that mean you're in your feelings because you're talking about it publicly? But you have no point of view because this isn't your business. Why are you talking about it? You're a journalist, I'm a journalist. This is family business, bro. And I feel like that's disrespectful, and it just sounds like, bro, I don't know, man. The way you did Shannon Sharp, and then after that, you on the other situation, from somebody who know you, somebody that I respect and love, which was totally acquitted or whatever it's called, and did their thing to defend themselves. You sure jumped the gun for certain people, and now you jumping the gun for them again. I don't know, man. It sounds like you work for Rock Nation, bro. That I respect. I respect Jay-Z. I respect Beyonce. Everything I said was by myself. Brandy never.
When did Stephen A. Smith start working for Rock Nation? That's cap, but go ahead.
Co-signed it. Monica never co-signed it. Again, she took my phone. I respect Jay.
He's entitled to his feelings. I guess for me personally, it's really not about Ray J. It's about anybody. I mean, what you caught up in your...
Damn, Jay-Z look like a real camel right here. Don't he like a camel? Beyonce, I know you wake up scared every morning turning over to that face, but let's continue.
Feelings for to the point where you have to, broadcast it to the world. Why? I mean, there are worse things to happen to us than not have pictures taken with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, listen, I don't know Ray J that well. He's always nice to me when he sees me. I haven't seen Brandy in years. I got a lot of love and respect for her. Remember, I met her, obviously Kobe Bryant, the late, great Kobe Bryant, got arrested, so took her to the prom. And, she always came on First Take 1 or 2 times before. I've met her in the past. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman and what have you. It's just that you just, for me, it's a general perspective. I can't tell you how many times I've asked people in and outside this industry, why does everybody have to know your business? Why does everybody have to know everything?
I agree with that.
About what's going on with you. He's entitled to his feelings. You in your feelings, so you're going to go on video. You're going to take time out of your life to make a video about how Jay and Beyonce didn't take pictures. I'm like, if you're going to do something like that, can it be for something more serious than that is all I'm saying. I'm not casting any aspersions on Ray J or anything like that.
I never thought I would agree with Stephen A. Smith, but I do.
And I'm just simply saying, I would say the same thing to y'all. I would say the same thing to myself. I would say the same thing to anybody. It's like, it's not that big a deal. All right, picture taken with you. That's why I'm making a selfie to the world to put out there that they didn't take pictures. Like, is that a crime? It's unfortunate. I know you wish they had taken pictures with you, but I'm just saying it's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I'm quite sure there's a lot of people out there that got some love for Ray J that Ray J may not have taken a picture with.
That's a fact.
Okay. So I mean, it's like because you might not have had time because you might have been busy. Somebody might have tipped you. Somebody might have distracted you. I can't tell you how many times in the day. Oh my goodness, I'll call you back. Damn, I can answer on the phone right now. I'll call you right back. Okay. And the next thing you know, I'm calling 9-10 hours later because I completely forgot because about 5 calls came in the next 60 seconds. And all of a sudden I got preoccupied with responsibilities. Well, if that's me, could you imagine how it is for Jay-Z? Could you imagine how it is for Beyonce with so many people tugging away at them to get their attention and what have you? It's like, and Jay-Z, you remember, he's a businessman. Not a businessman. He's a businessman. This brother got a lot of stuff to do. So guess what? It happened. All I'm saying is that it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things for somebody to be making a selfie, complaining about it. It's just.
They come to the show, come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's it. Because we big fans. We got our family in there, our cousins. And we know y'all there, and we love y'all, and we look up to y'all. For y'all to come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to B, and take all the pictures and all. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please, like, you guys are the biggest 2 stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, you know, y'all walk by Brandy room, just say what's up, B. Have a good show. I mean, she don't care. She never told me about this, and I am crashing out on this one. This is crazy. But as a brother and a fan of Jay-Z and Beyonce, like.
So, yeah. You're doing too much, Ray J. All right. Obviously, I told you guys the other day, it's a little back tension between Brandy and Beyonce. I feel like, Ray J, you should let the girls figure it out. They're 2 grown adults. When they're ready to talk, they will talk. I don't think you need to get in the middle and tell Beyonce when she needs to speak to Brandy and vice versa. Brandy did a video a little bit back saying that she was not a fan of Beyonce's song Bow Down. You know, Beyonce is very, very she don't like when people don't agree with her sometimes. Like I keep saying with Carrie Hilson said something about a song or something to do with Beyonce, and look how that turned out for her. Luckily, I don't think Brandy could ever be canceled, but at the end of the day, I feel like this is a little beef that's, you know, a little small beef between the 2 of them. Maybe just a conversation needs to be had. Maybe Brandy just should explain, or if she feels like it, she don't have to kiss Beyonce's ass, but it's just a conversation between 2 women at the right time, whenever they feel the need to sit down and talk about it and air it out, or iron it out rather. And I don't feel like Ray J needs to be the middleman in this situation. Like, if Beyonce didn't speak to Brandy, there's probably a reason why. If Brandy did not care enough to do a video about it, or to say, hey, Beyonce was at my show and didn't speak to me, obviously she don't give a fuck. So why would you care more about Beyonce speaking to Brandy than Brandy? It's Brandy that's not being spoken to, not you, Ray J. You don't run Brandy. That's your sister. But obviously, Brandy doesn't care. I've not seen one interview where Brandy went live to say, oh my God, Beyonce was at my show and she didn't speak to me and I felt a way about it. And, you know, my day just did not go well because Jay-Z and Beyonce was at my show and they ignored me. I did not see that interview anywhere. So, again, thank you for admitting that you crashed out, because that's totally what happened. Okay. Let it go. All right. You got me over here agreeing with Stephen A. Smith, and that's something I never do. Damn. All right. Let's continue on. All right, let's continue on. I like to see children be disrespectful to their parents. There's some type of disconnect when it comes to Blueface and Clarissa. I do not like their relationship as mother and son. I feel like he treats her like a bitch off the streets, and no one should ever talk to their mother in that way. I don't care how old you get. Your mother, you will never be older than your mother, and you will never, ever get to a place, or you should never get to a place where you speak to her like you would speak to Krishan. He even compared his mother to Krishan. I thought it was very disrespectful, but let's get into this. Blueface snaps on Carlissa and says that she's the real problem, and calls her Krishan and tells her that she could never be his woman. I would hope not. She's your mother, and she's always due a certain level of respect. Mind you, she may not have done right by you her entire life, but she's still your mother. There's still a certain level of respect that she is still due. I'm just saying. All right. I don't talk to my mom like that. At my age, my grown age, I probably would have got slapped. But let's continue. Oh, let me
So when you got love here, you know, we had that last incident, and I thought you thought probably it was something else, and then when it came out, you probably realized.
No, I didn't realize nothing other than you're a problem. You need to grow up.
I'm never gonna let nobody be on the back of me, baby. Whether it's, even if it would have been my friend.
Whoop your ass, man.
So what are you saying, Jonathan?
Did you say don't make me let Krishan beat your ass again?
I'm saying I need you to be a mother, not a networker, not a baddie, not a squawker,
I'm not about to let nobody in no club jump on my back over no gate.
I'm about to show you the video.
I have no reason to lie. Don't call me no liar, Jonathan. Jonathan, let her talk, because this will be my last time playing with you and with your people. Because I don't like how me and her apologize.
I don't care. You're a liar.
You're a liar. All I want to know is, before Jonathan got there, didn't me and you already kiki and give hugs and kisses? So there was no reason for me to turn around and body slam you off of me? Who the fuck are you calling, Krishan? Why are you shooting a Krishan? Why are you calling me Krishan? You will turn a bitch from a Crip to a Blood, have them barking at the door. Can you have them turn to Jesus Christ?
It's that simple. You're not my woman, Mom.
And I would never, ever, ever use a motherfucking lie. Ain't now one of them niggas stepped up and said they hit this. Use a goddamn lie. You're gonna give me the goddamn money or not?
That's already sent.
Make it enough.
All right then. So yeah, it's looking like there may be some type of show going on, Real LA Family Blues. I'm not watching that. It's I told y'all my ratchet meter stops here. That kind of goes here. This show here goes here. I like to keep it here. But yeah, still, even if they are acting, even if it's I feel like he is very disrespectful when it comes to his mom. But this is like something produced by Zeus. I will not be watching. All right, shout out to Live Bites. Nevertheless, moving right along. All right, so we were talking about the Diddy doc. I see somebody put in the chat that they watched it. I said I watched Mary White said I watched the Diddy documentary about 3 times, and he belongs where he is. Absolutely, I agree totally. All right, so Netflix Sean Combs. It says that the Reckoning director Alexandra Stapleton reacts to Diddy legal threats and says footage surprised his camp. I know it did. So you should have paid that videographer who followed you around, Diddy. And when you didn't pay him, he was like, oh, don't worry about it. 50 Cent was like, hey, let me offer you more than what Diddy was supposed to pay you for the footage. And that's how he got it. All right. I told y'all that the other day. Thank God for Diddy not paying people. Okay. See how that spin the block on you? See how fast your karma ran up on your ass? Because you've been doing this shit since the 90s, not paying people. And now your shit ran up on you and you didn't pay the right person and they sold your damn life to your arch enemy, and it worked out for everyone. All right, let's go ahead and get into this because I told you guys that Diddy tried to file some type of lawsuit against Netflix and send them a cease and desist, and they were like, yeah, fuck out of here. We're still going to play it, and we're not taking it down. So they have legal rights to it because it was sold through the videographer who still owned that footage until Diddy paid said money to then get ownership of said footage. All right, so let's get into it. September 10th, 2024. Let's go. And then we'll do our commentary on the back end. Yeah. All right. So let's pause there. Now, I was watching something on, I think Art of Dialogue. If you guys have not watched anything on Art of Dialogue, I don't know what you're doing with your life. All right. Art of Dialogue is the shit. Shout out Art of Dialogue. If you're watching my show, all right, I got to give mad props because I do watch a lot of Art of Dialogue. He has some very good interviews, very informative stuff about the industry, things that you probably would have never known. All right. Gene Deal is on there a lot of times as well. So shout out to Gene Deal. But I did hear that every time Diddy allegedly maybe took someone's life or did something very horrific, he would always change his name. Y'all know he started out as Puff Daddy, and then from there it was Diddy after that whole Pow situation with Shine, and then he changed his name to Brother Love and all this stuff. They said every time he does something very horrific, y'all know after Kim Porter's life was taken, he then changed to Brother Love. Every time he does something horrific, he changes his name. Y'all remember it was Puff Daddy, then Diddy. Then he went to Sean Combs. Then it was something else. He always changes his name to separate himself from said act. So that it's like he's, I guess, this transformation from the person that he was to this new person, even though it's the same person. It's a very sick, sadistic, twisted bullshit that he does. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all said share video. I'm sorry. I thought I did. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go way, way, way back. All right, let's go back. All right, it's all right. We got a video. It's all right. Rail, share the video. Okay. All right, so let's go back. September 10th, 2024. All right. Just like it never happened. Let's go. I'm sorry, y'all. 6 days before Sean Combs' arrest. All right. This is what the videographer sold to 50 Cent for the documentary. Okay.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs. All of these reincarnations, Puff Daddy.
As I was just telling you guys, after every horrific crime or something that happened that was just like a huge thing, like Kim Porter's unaliving, like I just said, he changed his name to Brother Love. So he always does that to separate himself from said crime or something horrific that he may have been involved in to, I guess, recreate himself and to make himself feel that he's a different person, or to separate himself from said thing that happened. Like somebody like Big and Tupac, that whole pow situation. He didn't want to be Puff no more. He didn't want to be Diddy no more. He wanted to change his name to somebody else. And a lot of people, and I think Ellen DeGeneres asked him when she was on his show, why do you change your name so many times? He couldn't give a straight, direct answer. And he couldn't look her in the eyes during that interview either, which further let me know it was something that he really didn't have an answer to, or that he probably didn't want to say out loud. But it's a interview that I saw on Art of Dialogue that broke it down, that showed like all of the different horrific things that Diddy's been involved in. Each time he would change his name. Like I said, after the pow incident where Shine and J-Lo was in the club with him, after that whole, pow situation, he changed his name again. And then from there, he went on to change his name, like I said, again, after Kim Porter was found unalive. So let's continue though.
All those name changes are attached to really bad deeds.
Everything in life, you're going to have people that are bad and people that are good.
Now you're there. All right, so Alexandria Stapleton is speaking out after Sean Diddy Combs threatened a legal action over explosive footage featured in Netflix's Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the 4-part documentary that she directed and executive produced. Now, following the series release, the project surged to #1 on Netflix, becoming the platform's top title globally. It's still #1. Now, reacting to the legal threat, Stapleton tells Deadline Combs appeared to stem from shock over what was included in the documentary. So he didn't even know that 50 Cent had this footage. He thought he just stiff old boy, the videographer, and that shit was just gonna go away. He didn't even know 50 Cent had this footage. So he says, I don't know what's in his head or why he's reacting the way that he is, she says, but said that we all could see that when the project came out, that it included things that were probably a surprise to him. Perhaps he or someone in his camp was able to see that this was going to be a different project. All right. Said that she also stressed the series was created from within hip hop culture, not as an outside interpretation. Now, this was the only documentary that was made by people from the culture, she says, referencing her partnership with executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Being a Black woman making a film like this, I took the opportunity very seriously. Says that the documentary also revisits longstanding controversy surrounding Combs' orbit, including the unalivings of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. Stapleton said that she believed earlier projects failed to fully examine the deeper relationships and timelines that connected key figures. They did really good on this documentary. I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, go watch it. The final episode spotlights alleged ABU's claims by producer L. Rod and Bad Boy Records co-founder Kirk Burroughs, both of whom accused Diddy of mental, physical, and sexual abuse. Now, Stapleton says amplifying male victims was essential. Sexual violence against any gender should not be tolerated, she says, adding that men should feel supported in sharing their stories. Absolutely. L. Rod talked about how he was working on the Love album, that he was on a yacht, and that Diddy was making him go out and get girls. It's a whole trafficking situation. He was grooming him. He was groomed, and Diddy held his money so he couldn't leave. He would not pay him what he agreed to pay him, which was upfront $26,000, and he never saw it and has still never seen it. But he talked about how stuff was put into his drink, and he would be passed out, like he would wake up in a bed. Diddy sometime would be laying beside him, other women would be laying beside him. But he always noticed that certain areas were sore, which indicated that he was violated while he was knocked out. Right. So despite facing backlash and legal pressure, Stapleton says fear could not stop the project. A lot of people who are in this series lived in fear because their voices were muted and silent, she says. The best way to combat fear was for me to make the film, while she's open to possibly exploring more chapters of the story. Hallelujah. See, that's what I was just saying. In part 2, we need it. In the future, for now, Stapleton says that she's stepping back to rest after the explosive debut. All right, come on. I'm speaking into existence. A part 2, 50. Let's get on it. All right, get busy. All right, part 2, we need it. So what y'all think about that? They're saying, yeah, we're not going to allow Diddy to pressure us or to send his legal threats over to try to make us take shit down. We're not doing that. All right. Now, so moving right along. Stand your ground, honey. Stand your ground. They did an awesome job. I ain't gonna hold you. They put a lot of information in there that I didn't even know. And y'all know I stay searching and researching stuff. All right. Moving right along. This story here kind of tugged at my heart. Some of y'all might be crying in the chat. Not me, girl. But Detroit man walks a lost 6-year-old girl 10 blocks to school after finding her in the cold with no shoes. Now, they said that some parents don't deserve kids. Now, I feel like when I saw this video, I was like, okay, she don't have no shoes on. She's walking in the freezing cold and snow. Maybe perhaps you could have carried her. That would have been a great thing if she didn't have no shoes on. Or I don't know, maybe, I was going to say take your socks off, but still her feet. I'm thinking about hypothermia, walking in the snow. 10 blocks, that's far. With no shoes on in the snow. That's a lot. But I'm glad that he found her, and I'm glad that he was able to get her where she needed to go, because y'all know trafficking, honey, is at an all-time high. If the right person would have saw her or seen her, rather, they could have snatched her up, and it could have been, a catastrophe from there. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Man, it's so cold, man. Who daughter is this, bro? Thank God I seen her. How old is you? 6. Whoever daughter this is, y'all let your daughter walk out here with no shoes. Thank God I seen her. It made me so mad and angry, bro. Nigga got this little precious little girl just out here walking by herself, bro. I ain't want to put her in my truck, bro. So I got out and walked with her, made sure she got to where she was going. I'd have felt so bad she would have ended up on the news. I just seen her walking, bro. She said she go to this school. I'm trying to make sure she go to this school. I already called the police.
Okay, if that were me, she probably wouldn't have gone to school that day. I probably would have taken her into like maybe a restaurant or somewhere to where she can get warm, because it's obvious that she's been outside. She doesn't have on any shoes. She's going to be sick, obviously. Walking 10 blocks is fucking far with no shoes on. All right, she don't have no hat on. We already know, child, Detroit gets cold. You see the snow on the ground. I probably would have taken her in an establishment where it's warm, let her sit, probably take my jacket off and put it around her, especially her feet, so that she can start to warm up while police comes. Call them and say, hey, we're at a certain location. Y'all can come here if you guys wish to pick her up, but this is where she is. I respect him not putting her in the car, because then it would have looked another type of way for him. They could have said, hey, you're trying to kidnap this little girl. Do you know her? Where'd you find her? All kinds of questions. She's 6 years old, so she probably wouldn't have been able to explain the situation. She probably was scared out of her mind. 6 years old. I'm not sure who the parents are, where the hell they were, but I take my hat off to him for doing that. Maybe he was still in panic mode, but I probably would not have, well, not probably, I would not have allowed her to walk. I would have carried her to the nearest, like I said, business or establishment, so that she can be in a heated area and sat there until some help arrived. That's what I would have done. Not allow her to walk outside with no shoes on in the fucking cold. But shout out to him for doing what he did do. He did do his big one, and he got her. So
okay. Look, I just seen her walking. I don't know what. I'm trying to make sure she is through here.
Okay. Yeah, she is.
She is. Uh-huh. Y'all know her?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate
thank you,
it.
baby.
this is so sad.
She probably scared because she was walking for about 10 blocks.
Where's your sister?
She probably scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy y'all seen her.
Thank you, baby. God gonna bless you too.
I'm so happy y'all seen her.
Yes.
Aww.
Thank you. You safe now, okay? Is your sister here with you?
Got their kids out here walking, man.
Oh,
It's so cold, man. Who daughter is this, bro?
Shout out to him for finding her, because like I said, trafficking is at an all-time high. There's no telling what would have happened to this little girl. She could have been kidnapped, anything. So shout out to him for doing that. But like I said, he's a guy. Maybe he didn't want to have too much interaction because he didn't want to be, I don't know. People think differently. Me, the mother and me, would have picked her up and carried her to the nearest safe place and sat there in a warm environment. I would have took my coat off, wrapped it around her, definitely her feet. Probably I would put the hoodie on her as well and sat there until police or help arrived and explained to them what happened so that she can get to where she needed to go. She looked scared in the picture right here. She was scared out of her mind, but thank God that she's okay. And he did his big one. So shout out to him for that. Whoever he is, I'm sending you an air hug, sir. Because y'all know how I feel about the kids, honey. That's sad. All right, moving right along. All right, let's get into some Brian McKnight. Y'all know his ass Child, they done canceled him, honey. He's back at one because he's still on his bullshit. But I'm happy that his children are starting to speak out, as well as his ex-wife, Julie. So Brian McKnight Jr. and Julie McKnight slammed Brian McKnight for claiming that they, Marchard, I think that's the name, Nico in preventable stage 4 colon cancer death. It says that that is diabolical and evil. We already know that Brian McKnight is definitely diabolical and heavy on the evil. Let's go ahead and get into what they had to say. All right. Sorry.
That stuck with me. It was honestly the most enduring memory I have from the interview that he did. He said he believes that Nico's death was preventable and that you all martyred him.
Do you understand how unbelievable that is?
That when I heard that, there's no other way to explain that as a mom than diabolical.
Yeah, it's evil.
That is evil. I moved. First of all, my son, he at that age, the diagnosis, which I want a lot of people to understand, which is a movement that he and his wife, we want to be very clear that when young people,
your father said something.
Let's keep going.
That stuck with.
Are diagnosed with colon cancer. By the time they're diagnosed, they are stage 4.
Mm-hmm.
So when the comment was made that he was diagnosed and then he was dead.
Right. He said that the evidence shows that if you catch it at stage 1,
he was diagnosed at stage.
If you catch it.
If you catch.
Ask my dad how many times he told us to go to the doctor. Ask my father how often he cared about any of those types of things. It was preventable, right? What did you do to help?
He says y'all didn't have health care. He didn't say why, but he said you all didn't have health care. And basically, what I heard from it, I don't want to put words in his mouth, was almost that y'all were irresponsible, that you didn't have health coverage, and so you didn't go to the doctor, and that's why.
See, those for me are the petty comments that at this point, it absolutely belittles the amount of work that my daughter did, are diagnosed with colon cancer by
oh my God.
Once the diagnosis was made. You can't just toss out that he was that sick. Nico had multiple things that started to happen with him as a result of being stage 4 at his diagnosis. And
needing immediate care.
Needed
immediate emergency
care.
Surgeries.
Surgery after
it hurts.
After to hear at the point where you want to say that we, because of you, are going to me as a mother, am going to purposely not care for my son to work your nerves. Who are you?
Oh my God.
Who are you? And then to hear that
I really want them to have some, and I know it's probably going to be difficult. We talk about Brian McKnight, okay? I really wish that they could have some type of family therapy, but I know Brian would not be open to that because his mindset is now he has a new wife, he has a new family. He don't even think of if Julie and his sons as his family anymore, which is so crazy. But you don't want something to happen to another one of your sons and you don't get a chance to fix it or make it right. Your son, Nico, passed away not knowing that you loved him. He asked you, they said his last words to his father, Brian McKnight, was, tell me that you love me. And he could not fix his mouth to say, son, I love you. Like, what kind of hatred do you have in your heart where you cannot tell your child who you helped create that you love them and they're on the deathbed and they're getting ready to leave this earth? That's the last thing that they asked of you. Not money, not a hug, but to tell you, vocalize to me that you love me. Maybe I'm glad that he didn't say it because it would have been fake if that's not how you really feel. Like, don't be fake about this shit. If you don't love him, don't say it. But your son on his dying bed asked you, Dad, tell me that you love me. And you couldn't do that. So it speaks volumes to the type of bitch. And I got to call him that. He's a bitch ass nigga. Brian McKnight, if you watching my show, that's exactly what you are, sir. Because It's diabolical. That's exactly what it is. It's diabolical. It's evil. It's sadistic. It's all types of words that you can throw in there that's negative as related to him. And this is why you're being canceled. This is why your career is not going in the direction it used to. Brian McKnight used to be popping back in the day. I used to like him as an artist, but now I can't fuck with him because it's the way you treat your family. It shows the type of person you are. You have a black heart, a black soul, a black everything about you. That you would speak to the mother of your kids the way that you do. This is the person that bore your children, that you were married to. At one point, you stood in her face and you took vows to this woman to say that you love her and would cherish her and honor her. Where is all of that now? Just because the two of you are divorced, it doesn't mean that love, cherish, honor, and all those things go away, especially when you have created or procreated with this person. Her sons are going to always, because boys are that way. I'm a boy mom. Boys will always take up for their mother, especially when the father is on some fuck shit. Like, for real. They're supposed to do that. They're supposed to not stand back and watch you talk crazy to their mother because you found another wife. Like, that's just so crazy. I don't know what the hell happened with Brian McKnight, or maybe he's always been this way and we just didn't know it because he sang so well. Okay. Again, separate the person from the artist. Because a lot of times we get so blinded by this person being so multi-talented and can get on the stage and just sell out a whole arena because they can sing so well or perform so well. But behind closed doors, they're monsters. This man is a whole monster. I don't want to hear no more. But let's continue on. Prayers up, child. I hope they figure it out. Let's get into the reality TV segment of it all, okay? We're not going to be here too long, you guys, because I got to get my braces tightened up today. So after that, I will be back and we will do another live. Okay. So anytime y'all know I have to break my show up like that, I always come back and I make it up to you guys because I know y'all like me to be on here for a very, very long time. All right. But I got to handle my business. But let's get into our next topic. All right. Reality TV entertainment. I'm going to always give you a show. All right. It may not be as long as our regular Car Chronicles, but we're still here and we're going to give y'all some news you can use. Let's get into it. Shout out to No Chaser TV. Heavenly, honey, Dr. Heavenly Kimes thinks that no couple should tell on each other, or don't, hold on, I'm sorry. Dr. Heavenly Kimes thinks that no couple should tell each other everything. What do y'all think about that? Do you tell your spouse or significant other everything? Sometimes lying by omission is a real thing, Heavenly. I mean, just saying. Lying by omission could be a real thing. And I think she's still trying to hold on to this Dr. Damon or Dr. Daddy did not tell me that my son was arrested and that he handled it behind the scenes. Oh, he doesn't tell me everything. That's the lie that they're running with. And I showed y'all the video yesterday where she was using this high-pitched voice while she was talking to him, trying to sound like this old white lady from 227 or somewhere, talking about this whole situation with her son being arrested. But she did sit down with Carlos King. Let's go ahead and look at this video and we'll talk about it after the fact.
Although a lot of people may look at that scene, Dr. Heavenly, and say, well, if Damon can hide that from you, could he hide anything else? What is your response to that? Because that was some thought on Twitter that way.
I mean, I think he could. He very well could. But I know my husband. I know he's a God-fearing man. I know he loves his family. I think that was stated. But I trust my man. Call me whatever. I trust my man. I've never seen anything he's done other than protect me. Now, is there stuff out there my kids probably done it I don't know about all through the thing? Probably. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I protect him as well. There are things that happen with Alora that he does not know about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
could it be that good old A.B. Orson that we talked about yesterday? Y'all see how she threw that in there? You can't fly over there. You can't breathe over there. Didn't I tell y'all that there were rumors about their daughter, Alara, where she went off to college and suddenly had to come back home and she stayed at home and never went back? There were rumors circulating that she got pregnant while she was away in college. And this is alleged, okay? And that she came home and they didn't want people to know that she went home, that she left from home, honey, to go to college after Heavenly had been boasting and bragging about her daughter going away finally to go to college. And she was so proud of her, only for her to get there and get knocked up. So the real thing is that she came home and another castmate helped her get an AB and or got rid of said child. That's the rumor that's circulating. So for her to say that, I'm feeling like you might be co-signing something. She just said there's some things that Damon don't know about Alara. Did y'all read? I'm just saying. That's the going rumor that her daughter left to go to college and she got knocked up in college and her ass came back home and they got rid of that baby. So maybe she did that unbeknownst to daddy over there. Let's continue.
Oh, we protect each other. I know he'd lose his mind if he knew some of the things. You know what I'm saying?
He would lose his mind if he knew that his daughter, his baby girl, went off to college and got knocked up. And that his wife went and got rid of this child, allegedly, and didn't tell him, right?
So I don't tell him certain things, and he don't tell me. Now, you know, people say, "Oh, we tell each other everything." I don't do that, and he doesn't either. Obviously, tell me that's how we keep from arguing. That's how we stay together 32 years. I do not tell my man everything. I do not, and I'm sure he doesn't tell me everything either.
Certain things you should tell a spouse, especially when you share children. I would hate to know that my son got into some trouble where the law had to be involved and there was a mugshot and I didn't know about it and my husband did. I would be batshit crazy behind that. That's my son. That's my child. I deserve every right to know every intricate detail of what happened to my child if he saw a jail cell or not. If he got into any trouble and my husband knew about it, I would be pissed if I did not know as his mother. So the fact that you guys are able to build your relationship and marriage off of lies and lying by omission is still lies. I don't care how you slice it. It's still called a lie. Are we correct? So you guys have prided your marriage on, there's certain things I ain't gonna tell you, and it's fine if you don't tell me certain things. That's just gonna keep us from arguing. Now I ain't gonna tell you that a Laura went and got pregnant, and I went down there and had allegedly Dr. Jackie get rid of this baby to save face, because you know we famous now. Let's continue, child.
You know what I'm saying? For argument's sake, because at 32 years, you already know their responses to certain things, right? So if I'm going to discuss something with my husband and I know I'm a damn do it anyway, why discuss it? Take it how y'all want to take that, but that's true T. I've been with my husband 32 years, been married 28. I do not.
And how many years he been messing with Becky's? You care to put that math in there? Let's continue though.
Tell him everything, and obviously he doesn't tell me everything either. But if he's going to take care of something, he took care of it.
So what did he take care of when that infamil was seen in the cabinet? We ain't talk about that lately, did we? What did Dr. Damon with his shark teeth in the bottom take care of when you open that cabinet on camera and that infamil was in there? And we know you ain't got no grandbabies that are survivor, that survived. That's messy, ain't it? We know you don't have no grandbabies. So who had this infamil? Because word on the curb was is that Dr. Damon had a little Caucasian child running around because he liked Becky's. So did he have a home visit with one of his Becky kids that particular weekend when y'all were filming, and you opened the cabinet at the wrong time, forgetting that good infamil was up there, but then you had to spin the block and lie to say that your husband was lactose intolerant and he out here drinking infamil when we got 1% and almond milk in our stores out here, Lord? Is that what we're doing? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a milk drinker, but I know there's almond milk. There's so many other, different types of milk that you can drink when you are lactose intolerant. You don't got to go out here and get, because infamil is high as fuck. I got a child, I know. Infamil is high. That powder kind that you put the water to and shake the shit up and make some milk. Right? Let's continue.
And I trust him to do that.
And the thing for me is this, and we're going to move on. One thing that you've always said to me for years is the fact that when it comes to your dynamic with your husband, one thing you do believe when it comes to couples is, look, it's not like you keep it deep secrets, but even when you,
everyone keeps secrets. Did you tell me the African everything?
No.
Anybody that say that is lying, or they crazy, or they're not gonna stay married. Dumb.
That's a different situation. That was Carlos' boy toy. Damon is your husband. Y'all should not have any secrets. I don't have any secrets. My husband knows everything about me. Like, there's no secrets, and vice versa. If something happened with our son, he knows about it. If my son stays home from school sick like he is today, I called my husband this morning and said, baby, I'm keeping our son home today because he doesn't feel well. He said, okay, keep me updated on what's going on. And then he's going to FaceTime him later to check on him. But we don't keep secrets, even if it's big or small. We let each other. That's just our dynamic. And everybody's household is different. Okay. Everybody's household is different. But I don't know, Heavenly. I feel like you guys are building your relationship on secrets, and eventually that shit is gonna blow up in your face. I mean, you said that Dr. Damon don't tell you everything. Like I said, there's been rumors that Dr. Damon been slipping out the back door, that y'all don't sleep in the same bed, like it's some serious shit going on. I mean, Mariah said on the show she had receipts on some things on Dr. Damon. You got real mad and tried to quiet her up. There have been other people also in that same cast that said they knew some shit about you and your situation. Simone kind of touched on it and said that y'all had a conversation and that you and Dr. Daddy, y'all don't sleep in the same room, and y'all in that huge ass house. Y'all kids are grown now, going off to college, doing their own thing. Alara has her own apartment now. So it's just weird to me that you guys are empty nesters and still sleeping in separate rooms. Weird, right? Y'all ain't that old. Y'all ain't like Dr. Jackie and her husband. So y'all should be getting busy and having fun, walking around in your birthday suits. You should be in there cooking like Ving Rhames with no clothes on, asking Dr. Daddy, do he want cheese in it? He come in there while you flipping the bacon and pop you on the reel right quick. Y'all know how it is when you empty nesters. I'm just saying. You empty nesters, that's things that you do. But it's just weird.
Nobody tell everybody nothing. Like, okay, Jackie's one of my best friends. Quad's one of my best friends.
We know why she's your best friend. Is that the doctor that Alara went to go see when she had her issue? Allegedly.
And another lady named Dr. Jada, Dr. Lisa. All, do you think I tell them all everything? No, you don't tell nobody all everything, do you? I'm just asking.
I don't.
I know I don't. So then you do, but then I'm a Scorpio. Jackie don't know half the stuff about me. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Certain things I keep to myself for sure.
No, we know it.
Yes.
So what do y'all think about that? Y'all chime in and let me know what y'all think about that topic. But I don't believe, nor do I think that Dr. Heavenly's son was arrested and she did not know about it. I stand on that. I'm sticking with that. That's my story, and I'm motherfucking sticking to it. I don't believe it. You're a public figure, love. So if that information came out, and I know you stay on YouTube and the blogs, and you have people that also check and make sure that things about you and your immediate family are not put out there. How do I know? Because y'all targeted me. Me, Lakeisha Keisha, and I'm just naming out off the top of my head. Several people, Mila Chung talked about it. Several bloggers talked about your son and his arrest. So there's a mugshot out there. I also showed the documents from the courts as well. And Heavenly, you definitely knew about this shit before before it hit the blogs. Okay, because the police came to your home. And as I said, when you have nosy neighbors and several police cars come to your house, they're going to ask questions. So none of your neighbors came to you and said, Heavenly, yesterday or a couple hours ago, while you were at work, the police were here. Is everything okay? That's what my neighbors would do. If I came home and the police was at my house, my neighbor going to say, hey, real, the police was at your house. Is everything all right? Anything we can do, y'all know, because they trying to be nosy. Anything we can do, no, it ain't nothing they can do. They just want you to elaborate on what's going on so they can be nosy. You got doorbell camera. Hello? You knew. You still didn't want to say anything, and you wanted to keep it hush hush, as you do all of your business, while you tell everyone else's business. So now you want to chalk it off as Dr. Daddy knew about it and he handled it and never told me. If he never told you, it's not like you didn't know. You are very prominent on social media. You have friends who could have called you and said, Heavenly, it's floating around on social media, girl. It's a mugshot of your son out there. What had happened? Why is there a mugshot of your son on social media? You are friends with Funky Neva, who is also a prominent blogger. I know he saw the shit because he stay up on everything as well. So you telling me Funky Neva, and I'm just saying hypothetically, did not contact you and say, girl, do you know what's in these YouTube streets? There's a picture of your son out there that he was arrested. Did you know about that? That's how I know she lying. I know she lying. Now, if she wasn't a blogger, if she wasn't on YouTube like that, if she was just a regular schmegler chick who ain't really into shit like that, probably. Your kids had to know about it. Your daughter is a young girl who I'm sure stays on the internet. So I'm sure at some time while she's flipping through her phone, hold up, that's my brother. Well, my brother got a mugshot. So she ain't call you a lord with her grown ass, because she been grown since she was a little something. You mean tell me she ain't call you and say, Mama, I saw a mugshot of your son. on the internet. You might want to see what that's about. Girl, get out of here. Lies. The lies you tell. The lies. Okay. All right, let's move along. Let's get into this Candy and Todd news. Then we gotta go. All right. Let's get into this news, child. I cannot stand when people lie. Girl, you can't lie good. If you're gonna lie, at least practice your lie. Because I cannot stand a person who cannot lie good. All right. Look you right in your face and just cannot lie good at all. Oh, that just irritates me to no end. All right, so you guys remember Johnny Winston. Johnny Winston used to be, he appeared on Real Housewives of Atlanta a couple seasons. He used to work very closely with Kandi Burruss on her team until he says that Kandi was not paying him for said hours and or time that he worked for her. So he got with Phaedra Parks on the show and decided to file a lawsuit against Kandi and her company. All right, so y'all remember that's one of the reasons why Kandi and Phaedra fell out, because Kandi chose to represent Johnny Winston, which was an employee of Kandi, when he accused her of not paying him. Y'all remember that? So Johnny now, with everything going on with Kandi and this damn soon-to-be divorce, he's weighing in, and he has some things to say as well. Shout out to No Chaser TV. So Johnny Winston III, honey, formerly of the Kandi Factory and infamously consulted with Phaedra Parks regarding legal options against Kandi Burruss, at which I hear he won and did get his money that he was due. I did read that. He was saying that Kandi owed him for lots of hours of not being paid, and he had to take her to court and sue her, and he did get his money. So I ain't no anyone out here paying people, but anyway, it says that he had legal options against Kandi Burruss, has weighed in regarding the prenup drama between Kandi and Todd Tucker. All right, so his let's just go over and we'll look at it big. All right, so this is what he had to say, Johnny Winston. All right, he says that prenup is going to be thrown out. Said the Kandi Burruss' attorney violated Georgia law during prenup signing. Said that Todd played chess while they played checkers. So it's given that he is, I guess, co-signing what everyone else has been saying. I played for you guys yesterday on my Rails World video where two attorneys came forward to say, because of Georgia law and how it works, that pretty much Kandi don't have a leg to stand on as far as this damn prenup, that Todd may have found a loophole in terms of it not being able to be held up in court as far as this prenup. All right, so Johnny, he's chiming in as well to say, hey, Kandi, you might have fucked up out here with this prenup, sis. And Todd might look like he might be getting a little coin upon you, up out of you. All right, child support maybe, if he can prove that he is the better parent for the kids, which that's going, you got to prove the kid is unfit, okay, not just the way it works, because plenty of mothers work and be away from their kids for long periods of time, depending on what kind of work they do. All right, look at flight attendants. All right, we have people out here who are in the military. Does that mean that they're not great parents because they're away at work? No. Okay, it does not mean that. We talked about it yesterday. There are plenty of jobs that call for you to be away. If you're a pilot, you're gone for quite some time. Okay, so we can't use that as to say, oh, he's daddy daycare, he's taking the kids, he's with the kids all the time. You should be. You're their father. If mama got to be away at work, that's your job. You step up and you take on the light work or the slack in said situation. That doesn't automatically give you full custody of the kids per se. But as far as the prenup and maybe some spousal support somewhere in there, maybe, we don't know. But I did play yesterday where two different attorneys did say that Kandi might have fucked up with this prenup situation. All right, but let's go ahead and play this clip that I pulled for you guys. Okay, so we can because they've been dealing with this for quite some time. A lot of people were saying that they felt that Kandi, that Todd married Kandi as a whole come up. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into it though.
I put Riley as my beneficiary, and then I'll put you after Riley, because I'm sure Riley gonna make sure, her little sister, the brother will be still taken care of. Like as if you won't make sure Riley's good or something.
Oh God.
Yeah. I was like,
wait, did she say that, or you just kind of get it from the conversation?
no, she said that.
That she don't think I would make sure Riley was okay?
Basically, she didn't want to leave it up to you.
Wow.
So what Kandi is saying here is that when she had a conversation with her mother concerning her will and everything else that she was putting together, Mama Joyce told her to put everything in Riley's name and then put Todd's name after that, because she doesn't feel that if something happened to Kandi, that Todd would step up and handle what needed to be handled as far as Riley and any other kids that they may have had. Okay. get it that you should talk to your parents about some things. But I feel like Kandi has inserted her mother in too much as related to she and Todd's business. I really do. She has too much say so, and she should not. All right. Todd is her husband, and Kandi can set it up however she wants to, but to put, I don't know how I would do that. I don't know. I mean, Riley is her daughter prior to Todd coming into the world. I do feel like she should have put some type in the will. She should have said, okay, I want her to have this. But to put her in front of Todd, that probably could cause some issues and kind of make it look like I don't trust Todd if she set it up that way. Do y'all agree with what I'm saying? If she's marrying Todd, do you agree that she should have put Riley, which is her biological child, with someone else who she had prior to even knowing Todd, that she should have put her entire will in Riley's name and then put Todd's name after Riley's name as like a secondary person? How do y'all feel like that should have been set up? Do you think that's the correct way that should have been set up? Let's continue as you guys put in the chat.
You know, you do have to prepare for anything.
Yeah.
And those conversations are the hard conversations for people to have. I mean, just like even when we did the whole prenup, that was hard.
It didn't have to be as hard as it was.
My mother and Todd have unfortunately had a long negative history.
Well, I do feel you're opportunist.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it? When she introduced Kandi to Todd, I told her I could have choked her.
So ain't it weird that Candy's now arch enemy is the same person who introduced her to Todd, which is Phaedra? Did y'all know that Phaedra introduced Todd to Kandi? They fell in love. They're married now. Now they're facing divorce. All right. Kandi don't fool with Phaedra at all since that whole lying on her and saying that she was drugging people and R-wording them in her SEX dungeon. So it's kind of weird that was the connect between Kandi and Todd. They're no longer together now. Of course, I know that Mama Joyce probably does blame Phaedra for that, but I mean, Kandi and Todd ultimately created their own karma by inviting other people in their bedroom. We gotta definitely acknowledge that, because anytime you open Pandora's box and allow shit like that to happen, that's kind of the that's kind of what you look forward to, I guess, so to speak. You kind of open that door to give a person a little bit more than what they bargained for. So you kind of fed into Todd's, curiosity, so to speak. And now your marriage has taken a huge hit because of that. Let's continue though.
Ended up being good. They got married. Well, Kandi took a lemon and made lemonade.
Then after we got married, it seemed like that she was trying to get a little bit better.
I love you and I am so proud of you. And I'm sorry.
But then after that, I don't know what happened. It's like things have started to go backwards again. And I don't know what to do.
I didn't believe that. I'm sorry. Did y'all? I feel like that was coerced, but let's continue.
She's probably more concerned about herself.
Well, I mean, she also talked about not wanting my name to be on her house. So if something happened, then she ain't got to deal with you.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, she was like,
that's something. Again, Mama Joyce, honey. I think Mama Joyce was more so looking at what she was going to get out of the deal, okay? Because y'all know at one point, Mama Joyce was stealing money, too, from Kandi. Kandi said that at the reunion. Y'all remember we talked about that, where they were sitting up on stage, honey, and Kandi was like, well, hold up, Mama. Now, you was over here writing checks out of my account, unbeknownst to me, to go down there and gamble with. Now, I don't think Kandi pressed no charges against her mama for that shit, but you can't be out here thinking that Ty going to be stealing when you doing it. Or Ty gonna be taking something from Kandi when you are doing it. Like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, you her mama, but you're not entitled to steal. Let your daughter give you whatever it is that she wants to give you, or will to you, or buy for you, or whatever. But you don't go out here and just write some checks on her account and take thousands of dollars and go down there and gamble, and then be sitting here side-eyeing Todd like he the one out here stealing and taking shit from your daughter and gonna throw you up out the wheel when you the person that's out here doing the fucking most. I don't think I hope Todd won't do no stealing, right? Girl, what do y'all think? Put in there what y'all think. Let me look at some comments because I want to see what you guys thought about. Do you think Kandi was right to put, I'm just saying, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can't be side-eyeing Ty when you over there stealing. You got the sticky fingers, but you looking at Ty like, yeah, I know he's going to take everything. No, baby, you taking everything. But let's go ahead and look at some of these comments where I asked you guys, do you think Kandi was right to put everything in Riley's name, which is her daughter, prior to meeting Todd, being with Todd, and then putting Todd's name on the back end or a secondary beneficiary. Let's see what you guys think. Let's scroll back up. Let's see what y'all think, honey. Because some of y'all say, girl, yeah, I'd put my daughter's name on there too. Let's see what y'all think. Let's see what y'all think. All right, so where are we? Friday just lying. All right, so okay. All right, so Rose Ornstein says that Mama Joyce was rushing her. That's why Candy messed up on the prenup. Possibly. Possibly. I can see that. So Mary White says that Mama Joyce should have minded her business. Now it's going to cost Candy. All of that. Okay. All of that. All right, Valerie Relly says that that's what another attorney said that the prenup will be thrown out because the Candy attorney wasn't supposed to talk to Todd. Right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it because I still have it. To have him sign any documents because he had an attorney. Correct. All right, so let's see. Says the Candy allowed her mother to be in their business from day one. Yes. Shout out to Valerie Relly. Let's continue. Eyeshadow Queen says no. All right. Kim Swinson says, yes, ma'am, her daughter comes first. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, nobody's right or wrong. Okay, anytime I'm asking you guys to put in the comments, I just want to see what you guys think because everybody's going to have a difference of opinion and we respect everyone's opinion over here. Okay, nobody's right or wrong. You're not going to get cussed out, fussed at, or looked at crazy because you vote differently than someone else or have a different opinion. Let's see. Tam C says, no, the husband is the next of kin and should have been first. Okay, we'll take it. Miss Didi says that Valerie Relly, yes, Mama Joyce was being messy. Absolutely was. All right, so Valerie Relly says that Todd first, then the children second, then mother third. Okay. All right. Eyeshadow Queen says that wait, yes, said it. She set it up right. Okay. Shaquanda says that yes, her daughter comes first. All right. Scorpion Miss, my top flight ma, says the Candy is just like her mama. Show the hell is. All right, let's see. Wanda Mathis says that Candy should not tell Todd everything that her mother said. It causes problems. That too. I can see that. Yeah. Kim Swinson says that these crazy women out here better put your children before any man think. Okay. Tam C says that otherwise they get why they get married if your spouse. Hold on. Otherwise, why get married if your spouse doesn't come first? Okay. Miss Sylvia Blow says daughter first. Okay. Big Steak says hopefully Candy set up a trust fund for her, meaning Riley, kids off break. Okay. Caramel Kisses says that it was a setup. It was a scheme set up by Todd. Okay, we'll take it. Let's look at one more, then we're gonna play the video that I was talking about what the attorney said, because I want you guys to see that before we get out of here. Valerie Rayleigh, this is the last comment, says that I agree, and Wanda Mathis says that Candy ran her mouth too much about what Mama Joyce said about Todd. Period. We saw a lot of that even on the show, right? All right, so let me pull up right quick what those attorneys said, because some of you guys may not have had the chance to see the video on Rails World, so I'm going to go ahead and play it over here so we can get a little bit more educated. Oh, thank God it ain't back to back. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, attorney, what is her name? Attorney Lakeisha Russell. All right, let's go ahead and get into her take, because she said, honey, she went and looked at the prenup and she feels, okay, by her legal standpoint, because she's an attorney, that she feels that that Candy might have effed up as far as this damn prenup. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all ready? Let's go. Shout out to Bravo Shade Room. So an attorney said that Candy and Todd's prenup may be thrown out because Candy's lawyer acted in an unethical manner during the signing. Let's see what she had to say.
Baby, look at here. Lawyer Bay is back in the chat, okay? It has been a long night. I have been up all night. I have been reviewing this Todd and Candy situation because y'all would not let me rest. I will start by saying I am not above reproach. I can be wrong. And while most of you are not going to like what I'm about to say, the prenup's getting thrown out. If y'all want to talk about it, let's do it.
All right.
I stayed up all last night doing research. I rewatched the wedding special. I went on to Fulton County's district clerk's website, and I have reviewed the divorce pleadings as well as Todd's responses. And I have a newfound outlook on this situation.
Uh-oh.
I do not believe that this prenup is going to stand, not because I believe that Todd was under duress or Todd didn't know what he was signing, but as attorneys, we have an ethical obligation to follow a list of rules. I'm not going to go through all those rules because because it's not important. But the most important rule that we have to follow is we as attorneys are not allowed to talk to parties that are represented by counsel. I am only able to speak to the opposing party if they are a pro se litigant. What is a pro se litigant? A pro se litigant is someone who is representing themselves. I rewatched the wedding special. Todd never fired his attorney. So Candy's attorney was performing in an unethical manner when she sat down in that hotel room and had him to testify in front of the notary that he was signing this prenup of his own volition. Candy's attorney should have never been in a room alone with Todd, speaking of things that were relating to the legal proceeding that was before them. It is unethical, and maybe she may be in a little trouble herself. So where does that put us? That puts us at, I think that a judge is likely going to throw this prenup out. I do not think that it's going to stand. I think that the attorney was unethical in the behavior that she exhibited. This is just what I can see. I don't know if there are deleted scenes. So there could be a phone call that I am not aware of where Todd may have fired his attorney. But if things are the way that they stand, this prenup is getting thrown out. Where does that leave us? If the prenup gets thrown out, then we are now at a situation where all of the property that was collected during the marriage is going to be split in a just and right manner. That doesn't mean an equal manner. It means a just and right manner. This is just what I...
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Hi, Todd. I'm Kate.
So we already saw that. I don't care about it. All right, we're not gonna watch that. I want to see. Let's look at what the other attorney said because I gotta go. All right, y'all ready? All right, so his name is the lead attorney. All right, he says that it's not Candy's money; it's both their money. According to him, the money belongs to both of them because they are married. However, says that Candy, however, insisted it's her money as she believes their prenuptial agreement is solid. As I just told you guys, the attorney prior to this video right here says, nah, according to what she's seen, the prenup is not solid. So Candy may be in some serious issues and or trouble with this. Let's get into it.
This is a legally inaccurate statement. A legally inaccurate factual statement. It's not Candy. And if you go on Twitter, you're going to see that all the time. Oh, it's Candy's money. It's Candy's money. If you go on IG and oh, it's Candy's money. It is not Candy's money. Why is it not? Shout out to ladies. They're married. It's both. It's both their money. I like y'all women up. When I got y'all women on the damn witness stand, I check y'all real quick when I'm cross-examining y'all. And y'all talk about, well, my 2 kids. No, it's not your 2 kids. It's y'all's 2 kids. The father's sitting right here. Those 2 kids would not exist without this man. It's y'all's. It's not yours. I get you straight. Same thing here. This is elite. Same thing here. Your girl Shell was like, oh, that's Candy's money. Lady's gonna get her straight. It's not Candy's money. That's not Candy's money at all. That's their money. Lady's getting her straight. But we feel though because Candy's the one that worked for it. Candy's on Broadway. Candy's doing 16-hour days. Candy's doing rehearsals. Candy's on set. Right? That's how we feel. You guys, y'all do the same thing. Lead attorney, that's my pension. Lead attorney, that's my 401k. Oh my God, if I had $1 for every time some dude coming up to me talking about that's my 401k, it's not your 401k. It's not. I've worked for 30 years, lead attorney. It's not your 401k.
Lord have mercy.
It's not her children. Same thing here. Your girl Shell was like, oh, that's Candy's money. And it's not Candy's money. It's not. I got a contract betwixt me and you that say, you do what the fuck I say. She got a contract. She thought her prenup was solid. What did the prenup say? The prenup does say Candy shit is her shit. The prenup does say the short king shit is the short king shit. This is kind of the injustice of it, right? Candy was thinking all along for these 11 years that the prenup was solid. Shout out to Sammy. Sammy called it. Sammy's exactly right.
Damn.
Now, if you got a prenup, it doesn't matter. Shut up, the blue bag is this.
Georgia does have a loophole. I was looking at it last night when I looked at another video. Georgia does have a loophole when it comes to like how many years you're married and having prenups as well. Thank you, Rose Armstead, for the membership. But yeah, so Candy might be in some trouble here, y'all.
Her prenup, right? Man, that's a great comment. Is it her money? Yes, because it's her prenup. Shut up, the blue. I got a contract.
Damn, I really hate that for Candy. I'm about to come up. That's all I do know. Every day he's documenting him with the kids. All right. I saw the video this morning where he was taking kids to school. He was interacting, putting the camera on Blaze, their daughter, putting the camera on their son Ace to show that he has the kids, interacting, talking to the kids, asking them different questions. So he's definitely documenting for a reason. He's been doing it for quite some time, but he's definitely making sure that he's keeping his ducks in a row. He knows that divorce is coming. There's going to be probably a trial. And he definitely is not willing to walk away from this with nothing. So he feels entitled to something, I guess, and it looks like he may get it. Candy is worth $30 million. He's worth $400,000. The wheels of justice, child. The wheels of justice. I keep telling y'all, in different states, it's different. If you stay, I told y'all in California, it's that way. In California, if you stay 10 years and above, you automatically do have. And Georgia's law is kind of similar to that as well. So Candy, even though you got this prenup, they're saying it's not airtight because of some inconsistencies in terms of how this shit was done. You didn't do it the right way, baby. And unfortunately, you married to Todd for 11 years. He may be entitled to some of that money. I really hate that for her. I know she's going to cry her eyes out. Mama Joyce going to be ready to take her damn shoe off like she did Carmen and be ready to fight. But it is what you cannot do shit about it. That's the law. But that's it, guys, for this video. Thank y'all for joining because I got to get the hell out of here so I can be on time because I hate being late anywhere. But we're going to come when I get back. I'm going to go live with you guys again so that we can talk a little bit more about some other topics. Okay. Y'all go ahead and sound off on every topic that we talked about. Comment and let me know how y'all feel. I do respond to the comments, all right? But thank you to my top flight mods, True TV Podcast, Tyra KVR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, and Rose Armstead. Thank y'all so much for modding. Of course, all of my content creators who stopped by to support the video today as well, and my Caramelians. Thank you to everybody in the bushes. Thank y'all so much. All right. Let's get on out of here until the next video. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Bye.